The Jaipur-Ajmer highway, a busy road for business and travel, turned into a place of terrible sadness on December 21, 2024. Around 5:25 in the morning, just as the sun was starting to rise, a crash happened that would be very, very bad. A tanker truck carrying dangerous LPG was making a U-turn. Suddenly, another truck slammed into it. The sound of the crash was loud in the quiet morning. The crash caused a huge explosion, and everything around it caught fire. The explosion broke the quiet of the early morning, and people heard it miles away. The highway, usually busy with cars and trucks, became a scary scene of fire. Flames went high into the sky, making the dark sky orange. The air filled with the bad smell of burning fuel and metal, and people were shouting in fear. The explosion threw pieces of the trucks everywhere, turning other cars into piles of metal. The fire was so hot that it melted the road. People who saw it said it was like a bad dream. The crash was followed by a very loud boom when the tanker exploded. A giant ball of fire went up, burning everything it touched. People ran to save their lives, trying to get away from the fire. The explosion caused a lot of sadness and destruction. At least 14 people died. More than 80 people were hurt, many with very bad burns. Ambulances took the injured people to nearby hospitals, where doctors and nurses worked hard to save them. So many people were hurt that the hospitals couldn't handle everyone. They had to set up temporary places to help all the injured people. Doctors and nurses worked all day and night, and they were very tired and sad. The air smelled like medicine and was filled with the sounds of people crying in pain. The fire, burning from the tanker's fuel, burned for hours, making it hard to rescue people. Firefighters worked bravely to put out the fire, even though it was very hot. The broken and burned trucks were all over the highway, showing how powerful the explosion was. Figuring out who died was very hard. The fire burned many people so badly that they couldn't be recognized. Special teams worked carefully, collecting things that could help identify the bodies so their families could know what happened. When people heard about the terrible accident, everyone in the country felt sad and shocked. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said he was sorry for the families who lost someone and promised money to help them from a special fund. The Rajasthan government, very upset by what happened, started looking into why the crash happened. They promised to give families of those who died 5 lakh rupees, and those who were hurt would get 1 lakh rupees. The government said it would help everyone affected by the accident. People were angry about the accident and asked about safety on the highway. They asked why there weren't enough signs and lights at the U-turn, which was only there for a short time because of road work. Even with all the sadness, there were stories of people being kind and brave. People who lived nearby helped the injured, giving them water, food, and blankets. Places to give blood were set up, and many people volunteered to help. The terrible crash on the Jaipur-Ajmer highway shows us how important road safety is. It shows that we need strong safety rules, especially where road work is happening. Not having enough lights, signs, and people directing traffic at the U-turn was a big reason why the crash happened. The driver of the tanker lived through the first crash. It is said that he jumped out of his truck and ran away because he knew it was going to explode. He may have been trying to save himself, but it makes us think about who is responsible when things like this happen. This accident shows that we need to check all the safety rules on highways, especially in places where there's road work. Better signs, lights, and traffic control are very important to stop accidents like this. The Jaipur-Ajmer highway accident is a loss for everyone. It reminds us that the numbers of dead and injured represent real people, sons and daughters, mothers and fathers, friends and neighbors. They are gone, and we can't replace them. As the country remembers those who died, we hope that we can learn something from this and make roads safer. We need stronger safety rules and better driver education to stop terrible accidents like this from happening again.